Selected. The thing in a overdrive. If you don't do something, nothing happens. Are you selected? Can't rush. Selected. Can't rush. Selected.
Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. Tip-off goes to the Celtics. Holiday looking for an opening. Outside Porzingis. Pass to Tatum. Brown with it. 4-3. And Tatum is good for three. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Nesmith's shot is off. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I briefly spoke with the Celtics head coach. He feels the X factor in this one could be C.J. McCollum. Coach said his combination of scoring and playmaking is elite, and his teammates follow his lead. We can't afford to let him go off tonight. That would make it an uphill battle. Brian?
And Allie, thanks. Here's the pick. Pass to Kessler. The three. The rebound, Celtics. White drives in. Here's Tatum. And finished by Tatum. Wow.
Wow, what a slam. Tatum not messing around right there.
Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They've focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very...
Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. The three, Porzingis. Can't hit that one.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
There's McCollum with the three. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball. Kessler a screen. The three.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
White can't hit.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
McCollum outside. Lets it go from deep. That won't go either for McCollum. Right side Tatum. No luck on that one. Good D by Kessler. There's Nesmith with the three. The Jazz again can't hit. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Celtics. With the drive. White for three. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
Well, yeah, White prefers a more head-on shot, but that doesn't mean he can't sink those corner threes, too.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Tatum. Oh, nice D from Nesmith. Jazz trail by 6. McCollum's shot is off.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Tatum can't hit.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
Outside, Brown knocks down the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
The three, Westbrook. Boston pulls it in. Holiday with the ball. He's picked up by Westbrook. Pass to White. McCollum with a steal. Kessler down low. Shoots over White. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on White.
And Kessler is a gigantic presence inside, which is why defenses sometimes elect to foul.
And the second free throw is good. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And here's Connect outside. The Jazz again can't hit.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Outside Tatum. Driving to the basket. Can't cash it in from close range.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Boston leading by 5. Now here's White. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Here's Pritchard. Knocks down the long J.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively. Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Boston out in front, up by 5. Stay with us. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Boston?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Well, Dalton Connect had a late growth spurt during college, and it really helped his game, Grant.
He really did. I mean, B.A., he started college as a 6'3" guard, but grew 3 inches during his first 2 seasons and added some muscle. Now at 6'6", he can play confidently out there on the wing.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Pritchard. He's averaging about 6 points per game. And that one's good. Pachi.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
High post Cornet. Here's Horford. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on G.G. Jackson. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Collier. Still no points. Pass to Cornet. Yep, that one goes. Utah trailing here. They set the pick. Here's Pritchard. Three-pointer off the mark.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Collier. Back to Oladipo. Inside. Here's Cornette. Here's Collier. Maggi grabs a miss. And the Jazz with possession. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Their next game is at FedEx Forum in Memphis for a matchup with the Grizzlies. That'll put the finishing touches on a 5-game road trip.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Sexton, that's good. Stan, you started as an assistant in the NBA back in 1995. Now, all of these years later, for a coach, what's been the biggest change, you think?
Well, I think the biggest change, Brian, has been that we don't practice as much. There's much less time spent on the court with your team. It's more done in terms of film and individual work and not 5-on-5 type practice like it was back in 1995.
You mean to say we're talking about practice?
That's exactly right.
Basket counts. Collier's got 4 points in the quarter. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first half. Pass to Sexton. Here's Pritchard. And the 3 off target.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Sexton with it. Back to Pritchard. And there's a defensive 3-second call. Utah shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And the technical free throw missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. Well, Stan, since trading Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in 2022, the Utah Jazz have done some reshaping of their roster.
Yeah, and Brian, it's clear that they're not done. The tinkering continues. They're going to continue to move pieces around until they find what they think can become a championship contending team.
And finished off by Tatum.
Great move by Tatum. Getting to the rim and throwing it down.
Kessler a screen. Westbrook drives. Second chance effort. Offensive rebound. Pass to White. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. White's got 5 points.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
McCollum outside. 27 seconds left in the first half of basketball. The Celtics with the lead. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Here's Tatum. Robbed. Outside Nesmith. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming through.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. So it's Boston now. Here's White. And White finishes off the break. Well done.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
McCollum outside. Three-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 6.
Well, he's around a 40% career shooter from 3. McCollum adding another 3 to his prolific talent.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Pass to Westbrook. And Westbrook slams it home.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
Now Kessler, defended by Porzingis. And stolen by Brown. Oh, here's White on the drive. Kick out to Brown. Outside Holiday. Porzingis for three. Utah grabs the miss. For three, McCollum buries it from three. And now a three-point Jazz lead.
Well, McCollum very smooth with the handle, creating the separation he needs.
White with it, picked up by Nesmith. Porzingis. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by one. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Kessler, no good.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Tatum gets the bucket.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Jazz trail by three. Tatum with a steal. Now the Celtics on the move. Three-pointer, Holiday. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Holiday's got his first 3 points of the game.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
They set the pick. Here's Westbrook. Here he goes. And Westbrook slams it home.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. A big group substitution here for Utah. Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the fourth best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
The second chance points are all about a lack of effort defensively. Those buckets would drive me nuts.
43 seconds left in the third. Here's Collier, driving inside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Collier's got his third bucket of the night. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Down low, Baji. Now Sexton. Clock at 6. Another shot. And there's the rejection.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Here's Collier. Out to the right wing. Here's Cornette. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming.
39.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Boston leading by 3. Here's Collier. Pass to Cornette. Oladipo outside. Back to Cornette. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
First personal foul, first team foul.
First one falls for him.
Line for the Celtics. Luke Kornet.
No good on the second free throw.
And crucially, he did enough there to make it a two-possession game.
Boston on offense. They lead by 4. Pass to Collier. Here's Walsh from behind the arc. Sinks it from distance. Walsh has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Pritchard. Now here's Jackson. Horford covering. Jackson can't get it to go. Here's Walsh. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And now it's a 9-point Celtic lead.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
Haji, no good.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Boom! He jams it straight down.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Collier. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
A different look here for Utah. And he makes the first but misses the second. Pass to Nesmith. Back to Westbrook. Good work defensively by White. Celtics lead by 10. They kick it out to Porzingis. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Porzingis. Good D by Kessler. And so McCollum will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Here's Westbrook. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Hendricks, no good.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Brown, no good. Jazz trail by 10. Pass to Westbrook. Kessler, a screen. Back to McCollum. For 3, Westbrook. Nails it from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got 9 points now in the second half. And Holiday, here we go. Outside Tatum. Porzingis for 3. Kessler with a rebound. Westbrook with it. Picked up by Tatum. Here's Hendricks. And it's all from three-point range.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Pass to Tatum. Porzingis sets a screen. Back to Holiday. Knocks it loose. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
The kick to Tatum. Ooh, rugged finish from Tatum.
And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. White can't hit.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
And another miss by Utah.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Third team foul.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And here's Tatum. 5 on the clock. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
Jazz ball. Substitution on the court.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Russell Westbrook.
Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. McCollum way outside. Off target. So we see the Celtics get the win here. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost.